Welcome, sexy people all over the world. A new bombshell has entered the villa, and with that I mean, welcome to the Berlin Comic Book Hall. First, we need a little sip. So if you caught my last video, you've seen that I was at Walt's comic book shop. Once again, it was the best time ever. No complaints from my side. Maybe from them, but not from mine. So let's go through what I got. Oh my god, it's heavy. One, two, three. Okay, that's heavy. I'm just keeping it on here. So first, I went to a little gift shop and I tried to collect little pins from everywhere I go. And this one is a Berlin one. I love this. The pigeon is adorable. Question for you. Do you think pigeons are government-issued agents? Let me know what you think. I was also at a museum, little gallery, and I got this postcard. Fra Angelico, das jüngste Gericht. In general, I just like going to art museums, take an audio guide and just walk around. And the one in Berlin was really good, also really quiet, and there weren't a lot of people, so I really enjoyed my time. Because 3 days later, I went to a festival, the Electric Love Festival. I even got a little plushie because at the opening ceremony, they just threw them into the crowd, and it's adorable. Like, it was a lot of fun, and you get to hear a lot of different DJs for 3 days at a festival. I'm not built for that. When you try to sleep, and we went camping, and it was my first time camping ever. I'm not a camper. I'm not a nature girl. I'm a city girl, okay? First of all, it's loud as fuck. So loud. Everybody's playing super loud music, and not even techno. First of all our neighbors were Swiss, and we are also Swiss. So I thought maybe we'll meet some cool other Europeans who are not from Switzerland. No. Are you crazy? Swiss in the front, Swiss in the back, Swiss on both sides. Well, not only that, it freezes. It freezes in the night. It got so cold. I was shaking under my blanket, and everything got also very soggy and wet from all the condensation from the day because it was so hot. So yeah, did I have a good time? It depends. It depends. When I was dancing, yes. When I was trying to sleep and everything else, not so much. But the food was really good. I had a Kaiserschmarrn that was delicious. That was totally not what we wanted to talk about, but let's continue this. And with Gloriana, who also works at Walt's Comic Shop and was so nice to be my guide for the weekend, we went to Deichmann. It's a huge bookstore in the middle of Berlin, and it's opened until like midnight on the weekdays, if I'm not wrong, which is so cool. Backstory, lore. So one of the options you have in Switzerland is to do an apprenticeship, and those are mostly between 3 or 4 years. And I just chose to do it as a bookseller, so I'm a official bookseller, I would say, like a certified bookseller. That is my qualification for the jobs. And with the friends that I met during this apprenticeship, our goal, like our dream, was to open a bookshop that was open 24/7 and also include like a little bar. So you could go book shopping, but also go to the bar. But the bar only is open at 9. Anyway, you're free to steal my idea, our idea, and open that. So these are the books that I got at a bookshop. And they also had quite a big selection of comics, even omnibuses there, which was crazy. I'd never seen omnibuses in a bookstore before. So first of all, I got Orientalism by Edward W. Said. I wanted to read this for the longest time. People have said it's very interesting, but it's also fake. So let's see when I have the time to get through this. But at least I got it now. So it's pretty much the West's romantic and exotic picture of the Orient and how it got established and how we are still thinking about it now. So let's open our minds a little bit. Next up, I got this cover just caught my attention. The Minotaur Takes a Cigarette Break by Stephen Sherrill. It was also recommended by Anthony Bourdain, and I'm a big Anthony Bourdain, not person, not fan. I would say I'm very much interested in him and his life because he has done so many things, seen so many places, but at the end of the day, you can't outrun yourself. I think Anthony Bourdain is a very interesting person. He inspired so many people, which is such a tragedy. If you didn't know, he sadly took his own life, and it's just tragic. But actually, the miniature takes a cigarette break. It is about what it means to be an outsider. And also this cover is just really cool. The very first page, the prologue, you have a little sketch of the Minotaur. Oh, if we are already talking about Greek mythology, have you seen the Odyssey? I seen it yesterday at a very early screening. I was the only young person in there because it was an early screening, and who goes to the cinema on a Wednesday morning besides me and other old people? I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. If I didn't want it to end, and that's kind of how I rate movies, if I enjoyed them or not, like if I had the need to pick up a phone, I wouldn't say it's a good movie. But throughout the almost 3 hours runtime, I was really entertained. You can't really adapt the Odyssey to a T. It's impossible. Tom Holland was really great in it. Oh, spoilers, so skip forward a little bit. I'm gonna put the time if you haven't seen it already, or if you want to be spoiled. Okay, the part where Cersei is like forming them into animals, that was crazy. That was crazy. Oh my god, it felt like a horror movie in a way. Ooh, but also, oof. Like, oh, you know what I wish they changed? The last scene where Odysseus and Penelope reunite. There's something very sweet that happens in the Odyssey, and that is the gods made the night longer so they could enjoy each other for more time. And that was so sweet. I thought that was like, oh, that just changed my brain chemistry. I wish they kept that instead of the thing they went with. But I can't complain about it. It was a great movie. Generally speaking, it was a really good movie, and I would say go watch it. I really like the way that a lot of Odysseus' trauma stemmed from him breaking the law of Zeus. And the law of Zeus is pretty much you have to welcome strangers into your house if they're looking for shelter and food, and you have to give them to them. That's Zeus' law. Everybody is, because they could be gods in disguise. And the moment he stepped out of the Trojan horse, it's pretty much the moment where he realizes, fucked up. I ruined everything. He takes a lot of responsibility for his crew. He thinks that every action they made, the mistakes they made, is also his failure. A lot of themes spoken about, which I wouldn't have assumed they would be translated like that in a movie. But at the end of the day, I really enjoyed the movie, and this is not a review. This is actually about the books that I got in Berlin. So let's continue, because this is a cover I've been looking for the longest time. It's this beautiful Penguin Classics Deluxe Edition from Wuthering Heights. This is so gorgeous. I love the way it looks. Oh, come on. Look at the elongates, like this and this. Beautiful, beautiful. You know what's crazy? I've been looking for it in London and I couldn't find it, so now I'm very happy that I got it in Berlin. Next up is a book that Gloriana actually recommended to me. This is about different women across time and space and their histories, but in very short comic formats. And it has been originally published in newspapers, and now it's been collected in a little book, which is very cool. This is Josephine Baker, and it's 6 pages to tell her life story in this very cute, simple, cartoonish way. I also got these really cute postcards. I always send postcards to my family, so my sister, my grandma, my mom, and my stepdad. And my sister does too, so we have now a little collection of where we went everywhere, which is super cute. And this year I really discovered solo travel for myself. I started off with Vienna, which was so beautiful. It was ass crack cold, but so beautiful, especially for solo travels. Very safe, very reliable, so, and also very delicious. Then I went to London, which I was a little bit scared of, to be honest. But I had like a hotel very much in the center, so it was easy to go around, and I walked literally everywhere, so it was cool, and I've seen a lot of cool things. I finally got to see Hamilton after being a fan of it of 10 years, which is a very special moment for me. I nearly teared up. And I also seen Hadestown. What a gorgeous musical. One of my favorite adaptations slash interpretations of a myth about Orpheus and Eurydice. Gorgeous. So beautiful translated, and the cast. And I also can't get over Hades' voice. It's so beautiful. If you haven't listened to Hadestown yet, go do it right now. Stop this video, listen to Hadestown, get your life changed, and come back. And let me tell you, I told you so. I told you so. Okay, who else was a Percy Jackson girl when they grew up? Me. Who do you think is your godly parent? I think mine would be probably Dionysus. I feel like I'm very dramatic. I'm very much into the theater world. Myself not being really talented in that department, but I feel like my dramatics make up for it. And also I like to party, so. Who here wanna get drunk with me? Who wants to get drunk? Who wants to party? Who wants to party and get drunk? If you're young, get your ass out there, okay? And I don't mean like you have to party every single weekend, but there's a life outside of your room. So let's continue because we got some really cool stuff. First of all, we got Walt's Comic Shop fanzine. A lot of people who worked there wrote a little piece, and I read it on the flight back from Berlin to Zurich. So good entertainment, I would say. So pick it up if you get a chance. One of my favorites was definitely he wrote about reading the absolute universe as a newbie in comic books in general. And it's very interesting to see his perspective because his favorite at the end was Absolute Flash. Which left me also like, okay, interesting. Like from a non-reader perspective, interesting, because mine is Absolute Superman. Oh my god, I gotta show you something later, which is so cool. Ah, okay. They have a little stack at Walt's Comic Shop for their workers with dented omnibuses. And when I say dented, I mean it in the loosest terms, because I don't see really any damage on here. But they said I could pick a few out, and who am I to say no to that? So first thing I picked out is the Punisher Max Omnibus. I haven't even opened it yet, so let's do it together. If you read it, it's gonna get damaged anyway, so. Ooh. I always like to look beyond the dust jacket. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. I've been trying to get more into publisher comics recently. It's a little bit... A lot of them is blood and gore, but sometimes you want that. Sometimes you need that, okay? I know a lot of people don't like it because it's very much machismo, but hey, read them. Read them. Maybe it will change your mind. Okay. So at Walt's Comic Shop, there was a little event taking place, a signing event with Belen Ortega and Javi Fernandez. And of course, I couldn't go home empty-handed. I was a little bit, I was stupid and I left my other stuff here, so that's on me. But I got these two single issues signed. This is the Absolute Catwoman variant, specifically made for King's Comics and Walt's Comic Shop by Belen Ortega. Look how beautiful it is. You can still get it. You can still get it. So if you want this beautiful special cover, go grab it. Javi was so nice to draw a little remark right here for me. So if you don't know what a remark is, it's basically a little doodle with your signature. It really makes the comic special and also really cool in general. Few lines and you got a masterpiece. Oh my god. This shit heavy. By Javi, I also got the omnibus. Okay, hold your horses. Hold your horses. Another signature with a little remark. I'm blessing your eyes right now. I'm kind of afraid to like read it now because I want to like keep it as like collectors, but I also want to like my goal as a comic book fan is always be a reader first and a collector second, if even at all. But now my collection has just grown so much, and oh, when I look at it, I'm just happy. Each comic has like a little special memory from where I got it and what I did and when I read it and everywhere. Like, I don't know. It's very special to watch it grow. So, new comic book collection video coming out soon. Not only that, he also gave me something very special, which I'm just so mind blown to have and own, which is this absolute Superman sketch. I'm gonna take it out of the plastic for you, okay? You can look at it, but you can't touch it. Oh my god. And in the back, when we turn it around, there's a Batman sketch and pencil. So cool, so cool. Because I couldn't take more than 8 kilograms through the airport, because I only had like hand baggage, they sent me these two. So they sent me the Nightwing Omnibus and the Infinite Crisis one. And the thing is, I stood there in front of the shelf and I was like, oh my god, there's so much to pick from. So I employed a little help. Mateus was so nice to help me and said I should absolutely pick out Infinite Crisis. And I listened to him, and now if I don't like it, it's his fault. Also, my bookshelf, like you can see a little bit that it's vented right here because of the weight of the omnibuses. So maybe getting 3 new ones wasn't the smartest idea. We have to think of a way to reorganize this bookshelf and maybe even take these out and rearrange. So we need to think of that. But let's open this together. The smell of new comic books. It's a thick baby and it's heavy. Let's take the dust jacket off. Oh mama, holy smokes. I feel like a little kid on Christmas. This is better than Christmas. I rarely get any gifts on Christmas, to be honest. The light sucks a little bit today, sorry. Okay, y'all, this is everything that I got in Berlin. My next adventure will be taking place on, when does SDCC start? On Thursday, I think. Yes, I'll be attending SDCC for the first time in my entire life. I'm so excited. If you are also attending and you do see me, turn the other way. Don't approach me. That's a joke. Let's talk. Let's go grab a beer. And if you don't like beer, let's do a sex on the beach. I would love to do a sex on the beach with you. I am going a little bit blind into it because all the events that I would have liked to go to, like the Green Lanterns training, already sold out. You can't go anymore. It's not sold out, I think it's free, but you have to get a ticket. And these tickets are already sold out. So it's kind of like you can stand in line, but do I really want to stand in line where there's so much else to do? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how the situation progresses. Nevertheless, I am a little bit anxious, more excited than anxious though. And that's the thing. You never have to be afraid. You always have to be respectful of the situation, but never afraid. And that's my go-to. I'm very blessed, very lucky to be able to do this. And if you are there, I'll see you there. And if not, I'll see you guys in the next video, which will hopefully be a little bit more exciting than this one. Nevertheless, I am deanna.kinnie. You can also catch me on Instagram, and that's pretty much it. Instagram and YouTube. And I see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, for your time. Bye, bad fam.